Greetings and happy Friday morning here on Metal Ben's Chronicles, coming at you from the Metal Ben Mobile. You know, yesterday, by surprise, when I came home from work, I was scrolling down through Facebook and I noticed a friend of mine posted a brand new Megadeth track. Now, I had heard a new Megadeth track was going to drop, sometime this week. I was figuring maybe Friday would drop, like a lot of other tracks, but no. Ironically, it dropped on a Thursday. And the track is called Will Be Back. I believe it's going to be the last track too on the upcoming new album. The Sick, the Dying, the Dead. Now we have an official release date. It looks like we have an official album cover for it too. It's coming out on September 2nd. And I'm pretty darn excited. It's been 6.5 years, since we've heard new music from Megadeth. Pertainingly Dave Mustaine. Dave Mustaine went through some stuff in the last couple years, a survivor of throat cancer, God bless Dave Mustaine for, surviving that. And I'll tell you what, after the music I heard yesterday, and I was listening to it today to digest it some more, I've played the track, I would say roughly around 7 or 8 times now, just to get a better idea and to, to digest it, I gotta be honest, man, this track is really killer. Right away, it begins with a frantic riff that's very reminiscent of early Megadeth. I mean, you can hear a lot of Killing Is My Business and Peace Sells in that opening riff to me. Even more recent stuff like Dystopia, obviously the last record, with the more modern sound. But man, this definitely harkens back to those early records. And, being a huge Megadeth fan, somebody that's been a fan of Megadeth since So Far, So Good, So What, and that's been, 34 years ago now? Right away I was blown away, and, I tend to love the older Megadeth material to this day better, even though there's been some good Megadeth albums that have come out, since, I would say probably since The System has come out, which that came out back in 2004. Anyways, little off topic, back to the track. Yeah, man, right away you get this frantic, fast riff. Some great picking by Dave Mustaine, man. Then the vocals kick in. I gotta say, man, Dave's sounding good on this track. Definitely, that's where I get the Peace Sells vibe. Like, you get the opening riff that's very Killing Is My Business like, but then, when the vocals kick in, and that first verse kicks in, you're like, man, what's that remind me of? And obviously, to me, what I hear is Good Morning Black Friday in that opening verse, And man, it sounds killer. You get some frantic lead guitar work by Kiko. Great drumming by Dirk, who was formerly of the band Soilwork. So he's definitely a good fit in the band, and I'm definitely expecting a lot more aggression on this upcoming album after hearing what I heard. Very speedy, then it gets into the chorus, which, kind of slows down a bit, gets a little mid-paced in the chorus. Is the chorus the best? Probably not. That might be, the weakest part of the track, but that's just a minor complaint. It didn't really bother me that much. But man, you get some excellent lead guitar work, excellent speed riffs. Dave Mustaine's vocals, to me, sound pretty darn good. And I'll admit, like, on the last few records, his vocals kind of sounded strained. Especially on Super Collider, his vocals really sounded bad. Even on the last record, Dystopia, they didn't really sound the greatest. You could definitely hear age in his vocals. But I gotta say, Dave sounds pretty damn good here. He sounds more like the Dave Mustaine of old. Now, that's debatable on to how he's gonna sound live. I've heard a few people tell me he doesn't sound very good live anymore, but hey man, I guess the guitar playing makes up for it, because Dave could still rip on guitar. So yeah, back to the track. Then it kind of gets into this breakdown part. It's like a gallopy triplet type of guitar riff that goes on. You get some solos. And this is where it kind of reminds me of Peace Sells. And the soloing. I can definitely hear Peace Sells, but who's buying, when I'm listening to the solos, in that part, and then it gets into this, like, down-picking part. It gets into a down-picking part to end it off. And the solos behind that still kind of remind me of Peace Sells, which is a good thing. I mean, it's great to hear a Megadeth track that harkens back to the days of Killing Is My Business. And Peace Sells, yes, I hear some Endgame in there too, and I definitely hear a lot of the last record too, Dystopia, with probably the modern tuning down, obviously, and the drum work and the production. All in all, man, great track. I give the track a 4.5 out of 5. That's a ranking. I really enjoyed it. I'm definitely looking forward to the new album. And you know what? It inspired me to, yes. Yeah, man. This new track inspired me to go back and listen to Peace Sells. Even though I've heard this album zillions of times since the late 80s. But hey, never gets old. Alright, that's my review of the new Megadeth track. Can't wait till September 2nd gets here. And hey man, keep it metal, keep it real. Actually got another video coming up too. Alright, peace.